Hey there, how are you? This is Michael Williams and welcome to the Start Speaking Power Coach approach. I hope you've had a chance to watch the welcome message and the introduction to this program, because what we're about to do now is jump right in to one of the basic foundational keys of this entire program. And you've probably heard me either talk about it or you've seen me write about it. And that is the self-concept, the self-concept. You've also heard me talk about the subconscious mind, which we'll talk about as well throughout this entire program. But right now, I want us to talk about the self-concept. So you say, well, Michael, what is this self-concept? I have heard about it, I've heard you talk about it, and it seems to be pretty important. So what is it, and what does it have to do with helping me become a more fluent speaker, become an excellent speaker? Well, that's what I'm about to tell you right now. So what is the self-concept? The self-concept is your belief about yourself. It's the way you see yourself. But it's your belief about every area and every aspect of your life. Let me give you some examples. You have a self-concept for how you are as a partner, as a husband, wife, boyfriend, or girlfriend. You have a self-concept for how you are as an employee or as an employer, as a manager, as a supervisor. You have a self-concept for how you are as a student or as a teacher. You have a self-concept for how you walk, for how you dress, for how you drive, for how you play sports, and for how you play individual or specific parts of that sport. So, what does all that mean? Well, let's look at the sports example. So I said that you have a self-concept for how you play sports. So let's say, for example, you believe that in the sport of basketball, you're okay. You're okay at playing basketball. You're not great, but you're not terrible either. But within the sport of basketball, you know that you're pretty good at jump shots, right? So you think that you're okay. You believe that you're okay at basketball, but as far as jump shots, you're pretty good, right? So that's your belief about yourself. So what we're saying then is that you have then a self-concept or a bundle of beliefs about yourself as a basketball player, but you also have then kind of a sub-self-concept or a specific belief of how you are in a specific part of that sport. You also have a self-concept for how you are as a partner. So maybe you believe that you're generally a good person to be with. You're trustworthy, you're nice, you treat people well. But within that relationship, you believe that as a communicator, you could be a little better. That you're not great, you're not bad, but you're not great. So as a communicator, you can be better. So generally, your self-concept is that you're a good partner. But specifically, that one area, one aspect of that partnership, you believe you could be better at communication. Now, there's also different aspects of that relationship of you being a partner, and that is, how are you as a communicator? How are you as a money manager? How are you when it comes to having fun? How are you as a dance partner? How are you sexually, right? So there's all those different aspects of just that one thing that we're talking about, which is as a partner. So it is with each and every area of your life, right? Each and every area, how you walk, how you talk. That's what we're going to get to next. You have this belief about how you perform and how you are. And then within that, you have these sub-beliefs, how you perform each specific task or part of that. So let's talk about your self-concept as a speaker, as a communicator. Well, if you've been stuttering or if you get very nervous or you stammer when you talk to people that you don't know, and I'm getting a lot of comments and emails about people who may not stammer around people that they're comfortable with, but they do stammer in public or in interviews, right? And so what's happening is, now watch this because we're starting to get to it now. Your self-concept, that is what you believe about yourself as a speaker generally, is that you're okay, right? But when it comes to speaking in public to people that you don't know or doing an interview or giving a presentation, your belief about yourself is that you get nervous, that you're going to stutter, you're going to freeze up, right? So what this program is designed to do is to first help you realize that you do, just as I do, you do have a self-concept for how you perform as a speaker in general, and you also have a self-concept for how you perform in specific situations with specific people. Our job then, our second job is to help you learn how to change that self-concept, to change those beliefs, to reprogram that. That's critical. That should be very exciting for you, because it says that, yes, I may stutter or stammer or freeze up now, but I know how to identify why I'm doing that and change it. I know how to identify it and change it. It is something that I have some control over. And that kind of takes us to the subconscious mind. And we'll briefly talk about that in just a minute. So, what is the self-concept? The self-concept is how you see yourself. Some people call it the self-image, which is slightly different, right? That's when you visualize or picture yourself, what do you look like? When you look in the mirror, what do you think about yourself? Self-concept is a little broader, a little deeper. It's what you believe about yourself. Do you believe you're a good person? Do you believe you're trustworthy? Do you believe you're a good manager or a good student, or that you're a poor student? So what you believe about yourself is really going to determine how you actually perform in those areas. So if you believe you're poor at school, then you're probably going to continue to be poor at school. If you believe that you're an excellent student, that you're a genius, then you're going to get better at performing in school. If you believe that you're a great teacher, then you're going to get better and you're going to be a great teacher. If you believe that you're an excellent speaker and a great communicator, guess what? You're going to start to get better at being a speaker and a communicator. Does that make sense? So let's talk a little bit about how we've come to have this self-concept and how we can reprogram it or reshape it. When I talk about reprogramming, I usually talk more about the subconscious mind. All these things go together. So let's talk about that in just a moment.